The three most popular sizes, one of the most popular chains on Lynx, the flat curve, 4.5 millimeter, 5.5 millimeter, and then my favorite 6.5 millimeter. I'm gonna put these on the neck, show you guys what they're looking like. Here's the 4.5 millimeter, 20 inches in length, and anyone looking for a starter chain or a very subtle chain to wear daily, easy to wear, I would definitely check this one out at the minimum. You might be looking at the 3 or 4 millimeter flat curve. I would go straight to this one, go up in size because this looks bigger on camera, and also you tend to outgrow them. So this is definitely a very subtle, low-key size with this 5.5 millimeter, 22 inch. Now I have the same chain but in white gold, and when I first got it, it was my first time ever wearing a chain. It felt big, it was uncomfortable, people noticed it, asked about it, so I had to get used to it, but years and years over time, now it's very subtle on my neck. So this one right here to me is the perfect size. If you want kind of my situation where you want a chain that kind of stands out like this does, just check out this quality, and something you could grow into and eventually just becomes on your neck that you don't even know it's there, you're wearing it. Easy to wear. That is the thing with flat curves, guys. They are very easy to wear. They sit flush, they move well. So I would definitely go with the 5.5 millimeter because it is bigger, but it's not too big. Last but not least, here's the 6.5 millimeter at 24 inches in length. And when I first started wearing this 5.5 millimeter flat curve, I forgot to mention I was a lot skinnier back then. So I filled out more. This to me is kind of how this one was. So if you're more established, and you have a bigger budget you want to spend on a gold chain, I would go straight to this one because this one to me is my favorite size right now. Back then it was the 5.5 millimeter, but this one I like just because I know it works a little bit better for people that have more of an expectation for how their gold chain is going to stand out, look, feel, and wear. So that 5.5 millimeter versus 6.5 millimeter is tough. If you want something just a bit more presence, I would definitely go with this. Popular flat curves on my neck, 4.5 millimeter, 20 inch, 5.5 millimeter, 22 inch, and the 6.5 millimeter at 24 inches in length. Now, when you compare the 4.5 and the 6.5, there's a big night and day difference, but just compare the 4.5 to the 5.5, slight difference, 5.5 to the 6.5, slight difference. 20, 22, 24 inches for the length. Reference all of these good, high quality. You see me shining. Can't choose.